I'll tell you one thing, I really appreciate these jack stands I picked up. They're USA. Picked them up a couple years ago. Of course, they're going to be around forever. And this jack is still holding up. This is the Pittsburgh. I don't know, got it for like $80. Made in China. It just sits under the carport, under the workbench. If I ever have a problem with it, I'll just put some AT205 reseal in, probably reseal the seals. Little special type of PTF lubricant, or maybe WD-40. You know, where the piston. Yeah, I don't think it'll have a problem. It'll probably last a long time. Now, I used to think these were good. These are 2 tons each, and when they say 2 tons, they mean 2 tons. These were USA ones. Now, I know I got these back in the 70s from my dad, from my great uncle, and I think they're probably 60 years old, maybe. You know, actually, because they were used back in the 1970s, and I used the crap out of those. But I decided to pick up these, and I don't have this jacked up all the way. I got it jacked up less on this side than I do the other side, because I'm going to start working on the other side. But these will go up. You can get this thing off the ground up to about there. These will go up quite a bit more than that. I don't really need to do that because I'm going to be sitting on well, I don't know, the back is kind of like a little higher. And I keep my trash bags on my tires to keep my tires from getting sun rotted. I already did, you know, a lot of stuff on the frame on this thing, where the frame is now like it's rust proofed on the inside. It's coated with all kinds of stuff. Use special wands. I got to get over here, and not sure if I have to drop the gas tank on this puppy, because the needle on the fuel gauge doesn't work now. I just found that out, right? But it could just be the wire. It just could be the wire has got a bad connection up at the fuel sending unit, because when it reads full like that, it could be a disconnected raw wire. And it could be a bad fuel sending unit in the gas tank too. But if it reads empty, that means the wire could be grounded out to the body someplace. Mine reads full, and it was empty. That's why I was trying to start it one time. And I was like, what the hell? It was out of gas. I found that out. It's like, hey, man. So, but these stands, man, they freaking come in handy. They're well worth it. And, you know, people buying stuff like cell phones and all this bullshit, temporary electronic devices that you throw away inside of a year, the latest gadgets. I mean, some of that stuff's good. Some of that stuff's good. But when you ignore this kind of stuff, you're screwed, because this kind of stuff, it could be around for like a gazillion years, man. These are 6 tons each. Each one, I think that's what it is. I think it's each one is 6 tons. And they're made in USA. Yeah, US Jack. And I like them because they're beefy, they're wide. You know, relatively speaking, sometimes some people think in the camera these legs are skinny. They're not skinny. They're thick. They're thick angle iron. You got like a solid piece right there. These, if you look at these are 2 tons each. And I've used them a lot. You know, they got big rivets in them. No problem ever with these damn things. Never had a problem with them. I've had other stands that they're junk. They broke. But not these. Not this pair. Now, I got 2 pairs of these things. But if you ever got to change your transmission out or something like that, or you're going to put a clutch in there, or you're going to do some body work, and this makes it a lot easier, because you could sit down and you could see what the hell you're doing going along here. So I'll probably knock out this first, but I want to get that gas gauge fixed first. Whatever the hell's wrong with that. Probably knock this out. So I got my instrument panel off, which, you know, I know where everything goes. I've had this off a few times already, and I got to get in here. This ain't too bad. A couple little spots down here. And actually, what I did was I just put some I think it's like a rust converter coating. I put it over this to stop that. and I actually put it on the inside. That stopped it cold, actually. That really stopped it cold from getting more screwed up. So anything you do helps. And also, this is where I got my knife, which is a nice little hidden spot for it. Because the interior's got a little hole right here, see? Good, that's great. Leave that hole there. Anyway, so, you know, just want to point out, you know, if you're, you know, there's people out there, you're getting hit with advertising on a bunch of garbage that you don't need. Buy this, buy that. Well, this kind of stuff, like those, I think they were 20 years old when I got them back in the early 70s. Because I got them from my dad, who got them from his great uncle. From his uncle, which would be my great uncle. Those two-ton jack stands. They're 60 years old, and I use the crap out of them. I wanted something that can go even higher up. Now these, even though they're not all the way up, it's raising this vehicle up a lot higher than I can get with those 2-ton jobbers. These, you know, plus, you know, look at the width of the base. You know those things ain't going nowhere. I don't want to extend them all the way because I figure, you know, it's safer not to quite extend them all the way. But even not extended all the way, this thing is up in the air quite a bit. Just put a tape measure on it, show you what it is, but it's up there pretty good. Well, that'll give you an idea. That's not a tape measure, it's better than that. It's an angle measure. So that's 24 inches on this side, and that's 22 something on that side, because, you know, that's from the inside. So it's almost 2 feet high. It's almost 2 feet high, and that's a lot of room, man. That's a lot of room. You can get under there no problem. So better than a mechanic. And if you just use a piece of cardboard instead of a mechanic's creeper, you're only using that much more room to just slide around. Actually, cardboard works better than freaking mechanic's creeper. That's why I don't fucking bother with those damn things. But yeah, that's good to go. But it takes me about 45 minutes to drag this thing up like this. With this, all these big jacks, because I got to do it in a couple stages. But they're well worth it. And you know, these can come in handy too for, say, you got to be messing around with some kind of logs or trees or something like that, or you got to be sawing some kind of wood, and you want to be getting that wood up off the ground or something. You know, there's a lot of different things you could do with these. You could make a table with them, like a kind of like a work stand with 4 of them, to make a platform. As long as you got a good base, you know, they're on solid ground. There's a lot of stuff you can do with these damn things because they're pretty big. And they got a pretty wide base, and they go up pretty high, right? So, but if you're working on your cars, don't buy any of this new shit, because they're plastic throwaway. New cars are basically like a freaking cell phone. You throw it in the freaking trash. You know, get yourself a 1930. Actually, if I go get another new car, it's gonna be 1932 Ford, and probably just preferably a flathead in it, but it'll probably be a small block Chevy. You know, like a 283 or a 327, a really small one, or a 305. I ain't going nothing fancy, but this is the kind of shit you need to buy, not that stupid crap that they're always trying to freaking sell you with. And this is these are made by U.S. Jack, and this thing now. I put this video out on a couple years ago. Yeah, I've been using the crap out of that thing. It's still good. It just sits under the carport under there. It's under the workbench. It's not even like fully enclosed. I have no problems with it. I've had some really cheap ass ones from Wally World that were, you know, for, you know, the floor jacks. Shit, they freaking lasted 15 years to one of them. So I don't know, they last as long as you douse them down, like where the piston shows. Some WD-40 once in a while, no problem. Just like this damn thing. This thing's a few years old now. It's going to last umpteen years too, so no big deal. No big deal. And I think if that ever breaks, I can fix it anyway.